Hi, there's a challenge, there's a problem. The problem is that very often when our older generation wants to find out how well we are prepared for the future, there's a popular question they ask, and the question is none other than what do you want to become in the future? Or what do you want to be? And when we are young, this question it's so easy to say, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, and I want to be a soldier. It is very easy for us to say that. But it turns out that when we get older, where we have to decide exactly what direction to take, the question becomes more difficult to answer. And so, at the university, at the first in the first year, I was often asked, "So, what do you want to become?" I read French, and I was often asked, "So, what do you want to do with the French after school?" I was asked that, and this question seemed to suggest that whatever I want to do had to do with French. But let's put that aside and come to the question itself: what do you want to become? I think the difficulty that we have in answering that question is a sign that it is actually a bad question for us to answer. Because to become, for example, a doctor, all you see is what you must do to become a doctor, right? And to become a lawyer, all you see is the courses you must take, the things you must read, the university you must attend in order to become a lawyer. But is everyone's point to just do a particular, engage themselves in a particular profession? Is it all that we are looking for, just to be something? Well, as far as I am concerned, as of now, I don't even know what I want to become if I'm supposed to answer that question. But there is one thing I am sure of: the problem I want to solve. And the problem I want to solve is the difficulty young people have in getting the best out of their learning, getting the best out of their education. And so, at the moment, the reason why I'm making this video is to say something, ask something that will engage all of us, or that will engage our minds about answering the question of how to get the most out of our education. And I believe that it's an easier question to answer for me than what do you want to become. If you ask me what problem do you want to solve, it is easier for me to answer that than what do you want to become. So here's what I'm beginning to think about. Isn't it better that we ask young people what problem they want to solve instead of what they want to become? Don't you think it would be an easier question to answer? And when I'm talking about an easier question to answer, I don't really mean the whole point is just to find an answer, okay? But here is a little bit of what I'm thinking. Per, if I say I want to help get sick people, okay, that is the problem I want to solve, or that is what I want to do. I want to help sick people. Um, Many opportunities or many possibilities would be presented to me, and I have the chance to choose whatever I want to be. One of the things that I can do is to become a doctor in order to help sick people. The other thing I can do is to become a nurse to help sick people. Another thing I can also um, do is to become a philanthropist in the sense that I will work hard, get a lot of money, and sponsor projects where doctors go around helping people. At the end of the day, I am solving a problem. The problem is sickness. But I didn't have to become a doctor, and I didn't have to force myself to become a nurse, even if it would be difficult for me. Do you understand? So the whole idea is that I think it is better to ask young people, what problem do you want to solve? So I'm asking you now, I want to find out your opinion, okay? Do you think it is better to ask what do you want to become? Or do you think asking, do you also agree that asking what problem you want to solve is a better question? Or do you think there's a different question that should be asked and that would make it easier for young people to think about what they want to do in the future? Okay. I really would want to hear your thoughts. Drop it in the comments. Let me see what you think. So that we can take this dialogue further. Okay. I am also thinking about this idea that when you when you ask what problem do you want to solve, okay, if you give me some time, I can go around looking, like being thinking about my experiences in the world, my experiences in my society, my experiences with my friends, and then decide on one problem that I really want to solve. And something small can be done about that problem at the time that I say I want to solve that problem. I don't have to wait until I get into a particular profession before I start solving a problem. Do you get so that is what I'm trying to think about right now. So I'm still thinking, okay, and I really would want to engage your thoughts and see what you think. Is it easier to ask what problem do you want to solve than what do you want to become? So, guys, that is what I have for us this week. I really would want you to drop your comments in the drop your comments in the comment section, and then let's get the dialogue. Let's get the dialogue going, and let's see what could possibly come out of this. And I really encourage you to be an active learner. Be in charge of your education. Get a problem, get your hands on a problem, and start doing something small to solve that problem. And I believe that the sky is always going to be your limit. No, space. There is space beyond the sky. You have no limit. You have no limit. So, see you next week. Let's engage. If you have a question, send it to me, email or on Instagram or on LinkedIn especially. I'll be glad to engage you. Let's think about all these things and see how we can all grow together and then be in charge of our education. I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.